Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Hobbit Village Stillpond. So I've done quite a bit off camera. I've kind of like warped in the hill? Not warped in the hill. I've messed around with bits of the hill, obviously. And apparently still messing around with it on camera. But yeah, messed around with bits of the hill and tried to make that look a little bit more natural and put in all these bits. And I think it actually quite looks good with the border. Except for where I've forgotten to actually put on of its... that's because I got stuck on this, that was why. So I was thinking about just doing something like that, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I'll just leave it like that for the time being. We'll see if we change it later on. Put in like the chimneys, but I haven't actually put the smoke in yet. The reason being that I'm going to try and do like an outside sitting area up here, like having this hill have a little bit of a path going up to it to have like the area on top, and then have, you know, like trees on this layer or trees and plants on this layer, but just a couple tables or something. Really simple type things there for like an extra party area. But this is going to be a restaurant. This is a Hobbit restaurant, and it just is. I'll show you why. I say it is, but it's just the way that the kind of it worked out. So I put in the floor, and I've also put in the ceiling, put in the lights. It obviously looks miles better. I've also put in the fireplaces and things like that. It's just to save huge amounts of time. So, you know, typical kind of roof that you guys have been seeing anyway. If you did want to see that, then do tell me, guys. And also I've been changing little bits. So typical kind of corridor, obviously. We've got... the thing is, I've gone a bit crazy here because we've got lots and lots of tiny little cupboards. That is actually the back of one of the showers. I don't know if I can break that block. No, not that one. Because that's actually the back of something else. But yeah, I've got like loads of these. So I think it's a bit overkill. I'm actually going to take that one out. That one just looks stupid. And even that one as well. We could just put an end table type thing here that'll look nice. Maybe like wine or something. I don't know. We'll do something else there instead because that's just too much. I've kind of left in the shelf as well. Obviously I've done this one. This is going to be the pantry. So we've got the pantry in here. Down here, this is going to actually be the kitchen. It's got a big fireplace, like huge, really. Just noticed this bit here, that annoys me. You can see that I've been rushing a little bit, but not too much. Here we go. Put that in. Back here, we're going to have bathroom. The shed wall, that's actually shed wall with another bathroom. A little bit of a storage cupboard here, so I don't know what we're going to have in there. I can actually talk about doors in this bit, didn't I? Bang, 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 bang. So we have a little bit of a storage in there, but not really too much. And in here, we're just going to have like a bedroom. So yeah, that's just going to be quite simple, I think. Just for a bedroom, and then we can have other people that work here. This is going to be the main restaurant, all the table area and things like that. So that's what going to be here. It's near the... the reason it's there is because we've got near the kitchen, so you can get the food out quickly. If they then need to nip out and get to the pantry, they can then nip through this door, go through this little corridor here, and go into the pantry. So that kind of makes sense there. Obviously, guests using the bathroom is kind of a bit of a nightmare, so they don't. They just can't, or something. We don't have enough room, so it's kind of a bit annoying there. And over here, this is actually the private bit. This is the smoking lounge area for the person that lives here. So they're going to have like just a big room. It's either that, or we can just have this smoking area in general. But I'm not really too sure. We'll kind of see how everything goes and see how it all works out. But there you go. There's the other side of the fireplace. I did a completely different design on this side, and then on the other side, you can see like another design there, which is more open. It's because I didn't want the fire to look like it's really, really bright in front of people that go past. Rather, it's more controlled. So I went with this kind of style, which is pretty good still. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, medieval restaurant. I don't know what we're going to call it. I really have no idea what we're going to call it, to be honest. So I don't know. I'll probably name it. I'll shove a picture on Facebook again and get you guys to name it. Still need to pick a name from what you guys have suggested for this one. So I might do that literally after this episode, and then I'll put that one up sharpish and see if you guys can name that one as well. It's always good when you guys come together and name stuff. So anyway, we're going to just do some fancy type thing here. I was tempted to do a little stand as well. What do I mean by stand? You know, like this thing, the booking stand. I don't know. It's either that or we do it like this way. I make it really small, like that. So actually, I think that's going to work, isn't it? And if we are very, very lucky, we will have the right one here. Let's have a look. Nope. Oh my god, we actually are. Okay, I did not plan that. So there we go. We come in here. You get like you know, the person that say, have you got a reservation, Mister Swaggins? And oh really? Or is there there's only like 2 people in the village, so this is a big restaurant. Let me in. That's basically what's going to happen. Something stupid like that. Right, so we're going to have the wine in here, because there's going to be a person standing here, like the waiter can actually stand here. Might as well have the wine. They're not going to steal from it. So we're going to have like a wine thing. We can have that going all the way up to there. Have like bookcases in there as well. Or maybe we have the wine on this side. Let's do that instead then. Get some bookcases there. This can still be actually up there. It's just that then we use, or try to use, the cool cauldron. Not to say that the other cauldrons aren't cool, it's just that, you know what I mean. Yeah. Let's get some bottles on there. Get that on the stand, and then we can have some other stuff here. More books. Don't really need more books, to be honest. I think just, well, my mate used to own a pub. He still does. It was like a fancy restaurant-y type pub, and they actually had a really cool area where they had all the cutlery and stuff actually on the around here in like chest of drawers, like really fancy ones. It's kind of cool. It's kind of different. And actually, I know what we can have up here. It's gonna make sense. Look, that is a menu. It's not a wanted man. That looks like a block. It's a menu. It's either that or we go with oops, I can actually grab it. That one there. That one looks too much like Post-it, so we're going to go with that one. And yeah, so that's the menu. Le menu. We've got like cutlery and stuff in there. We've got some books as well, because it makes it look fancy. And then we've got the wine here, so that when they order wine, they can actually just come into here and then get it there. And you've got this kind of place here. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And this person would be roasting. Okay, what colours of kind of carpet we're going to go for? Blues? Blues and yeah, because we've got the blue here. So we can just go for a really big carpet in this bit. So that kind of makes it look fancy. And then you go through here. You get seated and everything. And here we can just do a simple rug. We don't really need to go too overly detailed on this either. So it's quite nice. Actually, I'm actually going to take that one out. I'm actually going to put in wood as well. So, shove that there. There we go, that's perfect. And if we have bang, spade, shovel. Actually, no, that kind of works with the embers. So we'll use that. So there we go. Seated here. Get this over here. Anything else that we need on that table? Not really, I guess. Put down a book. Is there any? Put down a book. Yeah, I'll put down a book. That can actually be a menu in there, and you can pick that up as well. So you got the menu on the wall, and then they can also get these. That kind of makes sense. It's really weird to try and do this in Conquest as well. Okay, so we got that. I'm not going to go onto the tables yet. I think we'll fill, well, this obviously simple. This is where they can hang up all of their coats and things. We're going to have a little locker, so if they're living out, so they can put all this in here. I'll put some clothes in there to make it look like there is. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to put in what I usually do, which is a tiny little chest at the bottom. And by usually do, I always do it. I don't know why. There we go. So they got some more cloth hanging up there. Can we do it for carpet here? Maybe. Right, over here we're actually going to have another wine stand type thing. Is that going to make sense, doesn't it? Well, I'd say it kind of makes sense. It's kind of a bit different. Just going to try and get these done. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Wow, look at that. So you get like a whole load of wine everywhere. And that's an invisible block. Bam. Bam. Okay, now if we take that one out, or that one out, or something, or one of these out. A couple of these out? Yeah, we'll take a couple of them out, and obviously put on top the normal bottles. Because we need normal bottles in there as well. Of ketchup. They just look like ketchup to me. I don't know. It's a bit annoying, really. But, you know, nothing we can really do about that. We could also do with like an end table or something. And we'll use that here. Bang. And we're just going to shove a candle on it like that. And we're just going to have a tiny little bit of a carpet in front of it. Just very simple stuff, and then that'll be the pantry, obviously, so we can get onto that at some other point. But that at least then creates a little bit of detail going down that way. And I can see that back wall, and that is going to really annoy me. So we need to change that biome-wise. So there we go. The house is going to be, yeah, let's take away all of these. Bam, bam, bam. That's done it. That's good. So one there. I'm so glad that this doesn't change the biome of that. Just thinking about that, and it was going to change the actual, brick and everything. Doesn't seem to have edited anything at all, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to get this. So we've got lots of coat hangers and stuff like that. We've got a nice little place here. This doesn't really need anything, does it? No, not particularly. Maybe simple little carpet thing that goes across here, you know, like just a shelf that's a bit weird. Shelf that's a bit weird. Yeah, shelf that's a bit weird. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep, there, and then like that there, and stick of wonders, and use the stick of wonders to put that in there, and then there you go. Oh, shouldn't. Okay, motion. That works there. It's just a bit weird. It kind of hides that door a little bit and feels like this a little bit. It's kind of a bit weird. Why not? Yeah, I'll use that. Okay, so we got that. That's kitchen. That's all the other stuff there. I'm going to have to get onto that in a bit. I'm going to have to, but I don't want to. Not at the minute. I think it's going to be quite easy, actually. I think it's going to be nice and quick. I mean, we could have had this as the kitchen as well, but I wanted... and I was tempted to use that as a kitchen and then use this as something else, but it just looks too kitchen-y, I guess. That's the right word. Maybe. Anyway, I don't know. Right, we're going to have a furnace. We're actually going to have to like start editing this bit. Okay, I don't actually want to do that. I do like that curve that's got in it there, because it just looks right. Whereas that doesn't quite look right. Unless we... maybe do that, and then... a bit of a cooking kind of like space here, and we can just do something like that. Now this, I'm just going to pretend the smoke's all linked up like somehow magically, so don't worry about that. Not that you were worrying about it anyway. Gonna switch that one over to river or something as well. Something like that, so it's this dark one. Ah, God, I've got a cold at the minute, which just sucks. Well, it's starting to get cold. I'm actually going to do this as well. So we go get that, and we're going to have this going across the top. Bam, bam, and that going across there. And then we can do some like minor food prep type stuff. Bum, 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 bum. Bam. That's a nice empty plate, and probably could do actually with that one being a full plate. Yeah, there we go. So we get that. We get a little bit of blood or something. We also need to get our good old paintings out. So we go, blood. Don't need blood there. Need water instead. Bam. Like that. And where are we going to put these then? So we can... that actually looks cool, doesn't it? Awesome. Oh, you gotta love monsters' textures, really, don't you? Just so good. There we go. So we get some knives there. So that's made this like simple little area here. But we could also do with other, like a workplace almost like in the middle. There, like this. So there's like different chefs. Well, actually, no, it'd probably be with like a Hobbit one. I would expect it to actually be just one chef. I can't imagine them having lots of different chefs actually. So there is that. Right, we're gonna grab this and basically do the same thing here. Oh, don't want that. There you go. That and also get to that one there. Nice glass cabinet. That actually might look cool just by itself. No. Tried. That's fine. Okay, so there. Put some food in here. Got some food there. We're gonna have some hanging food as well. There's lots and lots of space for this, at least. Bam. Grab that one. Get the biome one out, so we can just throw this around every so often. Yeah, get some herbs hanging up there. Get some more Herbs there. Maybe some carrots. Carrots are good. Herbs. We'll switch that for meat or something. Yep, meat works. There we go. And nah, don't want carrots there. Don't want carrots there. Can't use any of that space. Got to use this space though. Yeah. See what we can get. Yeah, we've got some more meat. We could do with some fish actually. Or bananas. Yeah, why not? Let's just no. Let's switch it. Oh, there we go. Let's just use that one. That's fine. That works. Right, plate. Bang, bang, bang. Got a couple of those. Deal with one just being empty and one full, and then some sort of chopping board of some kind. There we go. Bang, chopping board. So cut up all the like raw materials over here. They can actually cook it in things in this, or you can boil it in this, or you can do whatever. So that kind of works. Also do have another little stand type bit. We just actually know if we can just grab the block there, that'll do. Put that there, and I'm just going to put a cake on it. You know, simple. Bam, whatever cake it is, bread, that's fine. That does not look right though, does it? No, it needs to be like a wooden thing. Yeah, there we go. Cake. Cake is good. Cake is good. Right. Anything here? Here, no? No, just lots of food. Right. What else can we do on this episode? This back weird thing here. Maybe this is where we can actually have the cakes. We can just have lots and lots of cakes in here. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? So let's grab out one of these. Actually, no, let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Alright, so we've got lots of cake. It's weird when it turns into a wheel, it just disappears. Or seemingly it disappears. Right, okay, we need to, for the time being, cut out these. Okay, so we get that. And we can pretend to have another layer up here or something. You know, it's fine. That works. Right, we've got some bread. There we go, pastry will work. Okay, what's that? More pastry. Bread. Wheel. It's a wheel. That's that flattish one. Pastry type thing. Okay, I'm sure one of them will work. Bread. That's interesting. Oh no, it's not. Anyway, which way we're going? I'm sure one of these will work. Maybe not. Okay. Might have gone all the way through them now. So it's a shame, but shame we can't get the cake in with the Extreme Hills one, isn't it? That would just work really well. You can't. I can't. No, that's fine. Okay, so we've got the cake thing in here, so that's just purely for cake. It's all in here, and you can then grab your cake. Right, I'm actually going to change that one over there to a cake. Like that one there, we can just take that out, and then these can be up here. You can't see these anyway, so what's the point? Yeah, what is the point? Maybe we can just... Yeah, that's stupid. Let's just hang out stuff like this instead. It's just an extra storage. Yeah, we got a bag and we got some berries or something. Yeah, that's fine. So that's like desserts or whatever. This bag could have icing in it, because that's the thing. Alright, that's the bathroom. Well, we can do that next time anyway. That's pretty quick anyway, I'd say. So we're already making progress. So we're going to have this rug in front of this. And in front of here. We're just going to have this one here. Just to make it a little bit more interesting. So there we go. That's the kitchen. It's nice and full of detail. I like that one. I like that stand. And we've got that pantry to do. We've got the whole dining room type area here. That'll be interesting. It's a bit different though, that's what I wanted to kind of go for. But anyway, thanks very much for watching guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.